Today, on a brand new episode of our show, we'll be talking about the new movie releases coming out this month, and we'll be talking about It Chapter 2.
That's
First, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. I'm your host, Steve.
I'm your other host, Brian.
And this is Popcorn Feed.
We just want to let our audience know not to forget about our new movie release list that we put out every month, so you can see what's coming out in theaters, on Blu-ray, 4K, and digital download, so you can enjoy at home as well. So, let's talk about some new releases for the month of September. Steve, what are you excited for for this month?
Well, the month started off strong with It Chapter 2, but that wasn't the only film coming out that we're excited about.
That's right.
I think the first film worth mentioning is The Goldfinch.
Oh, that's right.
That looks like it's going to be a lot of buzz around that movie during awards season. It looks like a really great film. It's coming out of Warner Media, and I, for one, I'm really intrigued by the premise of the film.
What else are you excited for the month of September, Steve?
Well, later this month we've got something for those that like action. We've got Running with the Devil on September 13th.
Okay.
And also Rambo Last Blood coming out. That's going to be the final chapter in the Rambo series.
Interesting.
I'm excited about that one. It's been 40 years since the original came out,
right.
And this is the fifth film that they've made. I'm hoping that they send John Rambo off, in style.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone in his prime. All right, I like this. Well, we'll see how things turn out for John Rambo in this Last Blood, chapter of his adventure.
Right. It should be action-packed. This time he's going to be facing off against the Mexican drug cartel.
Oh, really?
So we'll see how it turns out.
So no Vietnamese soldiers, no small town corrupted sheriffs coming after him.
Not this time. And later in the month we do have a few, something for the kids, for the whole family. We've got Abominable, a little animated feature coming out.
All right. So for all our family-friendly moviegoers out there.
And lastly, we've got 21 Bridges starring Chadwick Boseman as well.
Oh, that's cool, yeah. And that actually is executive produced by the Russo brothers.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm really excited to see that one. And of course, our audience knows the Russo brothers were the directors of Infinity War and Endgame, biggest Avengers films ever. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, we don't want to forget, there's a couple of Blu-ray releases that I'm really stoked for. Mm-hmm. Of course, the one movie I didn't get to see this year, but I'm really excited that it's coming on Blu-ray and 4K digital download is John Wick 3. That's right. I'm really excited to go grab a copy of this and kick back and watch this film. I've been really looking forward to seeing it, and I heard it's really good. I enjoyed the first two films a lot, so I'm looking forward to this ending on this trilogy.
No, you won't be disappointed. I mean, it was so good, I think they're doing a fourth.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's not the last we've seen of John Wick.
Big movie that we're excited for, and of course, that's our number one pick for the month, It Chapter 2.
That's right. Earlier this month, we finally got to see the highly anticipated to 2017's It.
That's right.
Which was directed by Andy Muschietti. Mm-hmm. And Andy Muschietti comes back for this one as well. He's back in the director's chair along with a very stellar cast to play the Losers Club as adults. So in this film, it's been 27 years since the losers last encountered Pennywise.
Yes.
And they're all grown up, and most of them have moved away from the town of Derry. But one unexpected phone call brings them back into Derry and basically back into this little nightmare of theirs. So what did you think, Brian? What did you like? What did you dislike?
Okay, so overall, I enjoyed the film for what it was. I really liked the casting choices. I really enjoyed the fact that the adults really reflected the kids very well. They really casted well for this film. I honestly believe that as we continue to watch the film, I feel like each character grows in a specific way that makes it a little more engaging. But there was a few things that kind of throw the film off, and it adds a little bit more time to the film. All this, there was a little bit of unnecessary elements that they kept throwing at us that didn't really reflect the Losers Club story. But in the end, I really liked the fact that we got to see the second half of this film the closing chapter for the Losers Club. So I was really excited for that. And of course, I really believe that Bill Skarsgård and Bill Hader both stole the show. They were phenomenal, like in this film. And Bill Hader even came out on Conan and said during the taping he couldn't help himself but laugh because he's never acted in a horror movie. This is his first horror movie he's ever acted in.
Oh, wow.
And to be honest, he was phenomenal in it. I really liked him in it. Yeah. He really stole the show. But Steve, what did you like about the film?
Well, I'd have to agree that Bill Hader was definitely one of the scene stealers every time he was on screen. He did a great job. The casting was phenomenal. Like you mentioned, we definitely have a cast of adult actors that really reflect the younger cast as well.
Right.
And I really like the fact that in the movie you even see flashbacks to when they were children, and those flashbacks I think gives you like a good comparison of like then to now.
Right.
And you just see for yourself just how well these actors were chosen for the roles. One thing I did like also was just the fact that each of the actors did a great job of bringing this real, like, childhood innocence to their characters.
Okay, yeah.
I definitely believe that these were a group of childhood friends that were, grown up, actually dealing with childhood trauma. That if they don't find a way to resolve this, they're essentially going to die. Their lives are at stake in a very real way. So I thought that the adult cast did a really good job of portraying that. Beyond that, I do think that the film was a little bit too long. I mean, we're looking at almost 3 hours. It was 2 hours and 50 minutes. So
it is a very long film.
They could have maybe cut back on a few moments in the film. There was probably a couple scenes that were a little bit unnecessary. Like you said, they didn't really add a lot of value to the overall story. But at the same time, I did like the fact that they were trying to take their time and really tell the story right and not leave anything out. So it's a bit of a trade-off.
It is a bit of a trade-off.
In that sense.
And you also mentioned something about the subtextual, like the subtext to the film about the bullying that we discussed before.
Right. So I had seen some comments recently. Some people were saying that they felt that opening scene with the hate crime.
The hate crime. Yeah.
Basically that was a little too much, that it detracted from the rest of the film, and that it was even scarier than anything that Pennywise did in the rest of the film. I saw that commentary, and I definitely agree. That was definitely a really shocking way to grab the audience and to start the film. At the same time, though, I know that Stephen King is very notorious for dealing with that subject of bullies.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I thought of when I saw that scene, is that he likes to show you what the consequences are of letting bullies go unchecked, basically.
Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption.
Right.
The list could go on and on.
Countless others, yeah.
Yes, Pet Sematary, everything that he's done. He has some sort of underlying bullying within the subtext, even if it's a simple scene between two children. So, I noticed that with his work. It's a universal thing.
Exactly, and there's that dynamic where there's always that character that has to basically dig deep and really like overcome their own fear and stand up to the bully to be able to like move forward and progress the story. So.
Which is pretty much happening with our Losers Club, standing up to their bully, which is Pennywise.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
And I did think that there was also like a little bit of social relevance as well in that scene too. I think it was addressing some of the heavier subjects going on in society today. So that's what it reminded me of.
So overall, we enjoyed the film. So
it was a great film.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So Steve, what have you heard that's going on right now in Hollywood?
Well, just today I actually heard that Marilyn Manson's going to be joining season 3 of American Gods.
Ooh.
So that should be very interesting.
Yeah, that will be.
It's still unclear what his role is going to be. I'm not sure if he's going to be one of the gods or is it going to be an old god, a new god,
a demigod? Yeah, that's very interesting that Marilyn Manson's going to be on the show. The other thing that I recently heard was Netflix is going to start releasing episodes on a weekly basis instead of like all at once. So it seems like they're trying to keep up with a lot of the other streaming services that are available on the market, which is also very interesting because Disney Plus is now available internationally, but not domestically yet. But it will be soon.
Soon, I believe that's in November that it's available.
And there's just so much good content that you're going to put on there, from the Moon Knight series to the She-Hulk series, the Miss Marvel, and then I also heard they're going to include the 90s X-Men cartoon and the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, which I'd highly recommend. They're great series. Grew up watching those, and I am so excited to see those come to Disney Plus. So it's very cool that there's a couple new streaming services starting up, and a couple are changing with the time.
Speaking of streaming services, I just heard today as well that HBO's streaming platform is getting the entire series of Big Bang Theory.
I did hear about that too. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's part of their merger with Warner Media and Turner as well. They're ramping up their streaming platform as well to compete with Netflix. So we should be seeing a lot of interesting content coming out of them as well over the next several months. And just this week we also got Apple's new streaming platform announced as well.
That's right.
They did announce some of their new shows as well. I believe Jason Momoa has a show. I think it's called Seeds.
I did see that they're coming out with their own original content as well.
Yeah, they're producing content as well. So now we've got a lot of competition in this
many streaming services.
A lot of them.
Let us know in the comments below what streaming service you're subscribed to, or what you're going to subscribe to. If you're going to do Disney Plus, HBO. Let us know in the comments below. We want to know. Wow, we went over quite a bit. I mean, we went over the new releases for September. We talked about It Chapter 2, and of course some news about American Gods, streaming services, Disney Plus. Don't forget to follow us here at Popcorn Feed for all your movie news and new releases. Don't forget our new release list that's available on our website.
And follow us on our social media platforms. They can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and they can also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe down in the corner there, people.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time. Thanks.